Welcome to our Mathcast on adding and subtracting integers. Our goal is to help you better understand the concepts at hand when you need it and at your own pace. We hope you enjoy this Mathcast on adding and subtracting integers.
Here are some key terms on adding and subtracting integers. The absolute value is the distance between a number and zero on either side of the number line. Also, absolute value is always positive.
Opposites are numbers that are the same distance from zero on both sides of a number line.
Lastly, integers are simply positive or negative numbers. Here are the integer rules of adding.
When two numbers have the same sign, you add them and keep the sign of the two numbers in your answer. When two numbers have opposite signs, you subtract the two numbers and use the sign of the bigger number in your answer.
Now let's look at absolute value. In this example, we are going to find the absolute value of the two numbers displayed on the screen. We'll start with 14 first. So how do we find the absolute value? Well, we see how far away the integer is from 0. So negative 14 is 14 away from 0. So the absolute value is 14. But why is it positive? Well, it's 14 away from 0, not negative 14 away from 0. And like we said in the key terms, absolute value is always positive. Now let's look at the other integer. So, how far away is 29 from 0? Well, it's 29. So the absolute value is 29. It stays positive because it's simply 29 away from 0.
Now let's look at this first example of adding integers. So, solve the integer expression. The expression reads negative 9 plus negative 5. This problem is a very simple one. All you do is add the two numbers together. So you would get 14. But which sign is in the answer, negative or positive? Since both the numbers are negative, it would stay negative as the rule states.
Now let's look at a little harder problem. The expression reads 5 plus negative 8 plus negative 4. So what do we do first? Well, in math you go left to right, just like how you would read a book. So we would first add 5 plus negative 8. But look, there's a positive and a negative. So instead of adding, we would actually subtract the two numbers. So you would do negative 8 minus 5. Don't worry that negative's there. Just subtract like the negative isn't there. The negative just helps you determine what the sign will be in your answer. So 8 minus 5 is 3, but you take the sign of the bigger number originally, so it's negative 3. Now we do negative 3 plus negative 4. Look, the signs are the same now, so we just add them and keep the sign. So the answer is negative 7.
Now let's look at subtraction. Here are the integer rules of subtraction. There is only one rule. Add the opposite.
Now let's look at our first example. The expression reads negative 7 minus negative 8. So what do we do? Well, we need to add the opposite. Now look at the problem. It changed to negative 7 plus 8. Oh wait, the signs are opposite, so what do? We subtract. So it is 8 minus negative 7. Like we said before, don't mind that the negative is there in front of the 7. Think of it as 8 minus 7. Now we just subtract and get 1. It stays positive because 8 is the larger number.
Now we are going to look at a real-life example. So, find the temperature change between the two temperatures. First, we are going to make this into an expression. So, it would be 10 degrees minus 28 degrees. But wait, the two negatives cancel out and make a positive. So the expression would be 10 plus 28. Now, all we have to do is add them. So we would get a 38 degree Fahrenheit temperature change. It's that easy. Thank you for listening to this Mathcast on adding and subtracting integers. Please feel free to listen and learn from other Mathcasts on this channel.